Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm Laura Davidson and this is Mario Ponce. What's up,
Hello.
Mario?
What's happening?
Welcome to our SM4 Home Recording Microphone launch day. We're both talking into it right now, and I gotta say, I've been excited for this launch for quite a while. I'm always excited for our launches, but a little more excited for this one because it's the first time we've put out a side address condenser in a while. And it's got some brand new technology, right, Mario?
Yeah, it's an amazing microphone. You and I have had it for quite a while now. So we've been able
We're
to
not
use it
supposed to say
behind the
that though.
scenes.
It's brand
we
new. Yeah, it's
It's
brand new.
brand new, but we've been able to get our hands on it, and it really solves a lot of problems for me with recording because I do all my recording in my office, which is basically a bedroom. So a microphone like this is designed specifically for that, and it solves a lot of those problems that some of us bedroom recorders or producers might have with like untreated rooms and noise, floor, and that sort of thing. So I've enjoyed my short time with it, and it is a new addition to the SM family, so it's a big deal. And
Yes.
like you said, it's been a while since we've released a side address. I mean, I can't even remember how long it's been. The
It's
last
been a
one,
minute.
it's been a minute,
Yeah, and,
right?
and you mentioned it comes into the SM line, which is super exciting and something that we do not take lightly. If you know about our legendary SM58, our SM57, and many more, this is a big deal for us, and it has some new technology and a brand new look. If you're kind of hearkening back to some of our other side address condensers, like our KSM32 or KSM44, we've completely redesigned it from the ground up and added some cool features behind the scenes in terms of some patent pending technology for some RF shielding, which if you're using, let's say you're recording at your home studio, which this is my home studio. My studio is over here, but this is my kind of work area. But if I were recording and I needed to have my lyrics out in front of me with my cell phone, which I have right here, oftentimes you can have that kind of RF interference, which is that kind of the artifacts that sound like coming in. This eliminates it. So this technology that's built into the SM4 essentially takes that interference out from your devices, from your Wi-Fi routers, from your phones, so you don't have to worry about that getting captured on your recording, your live stream, your podcast, etc. So that's kind of a cool feature that we built in.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit at home too when you're home recording because you're in an untreated environment, not only acoustically but also electronically. Having something like that really reduces like all the unwanted noise and a lot of frustrations that folks may have when they're trying to do their demos or their tracking at home. The other thing too is that it has a dual diaphragm technology as well,
Right.
and that's going to cut down on like proximity effect, and that's another thing that happens quite a bit when you're recording at home is trying to get the right gain, the right levels, and things like proximity effect exist. So having that dual diaphragm technology really eliminates that and gets you a really clean sound. But not only that is that you also get a very natural sound. It's a very
Yes.
natural sounding microphone, and that's important too. And that's what I love about it is just the way that it gives you that nice smooth sound. And admittedly, I use a lot of dynamic microphones for a lot of streaming and stuff.
Right. Of course.
But using this, I mean, it's rare that I use a condenser mic for that stuff. But for me, this is going to be a game changer because because of that dual diaphragm and all that stuff, it really, I don't know, makes podcasting and streaming easier as well
Yes.
as recording. So,
Well, and you and I have been preaching that for a long time now. The
right.
benefits of using a dynamic in an untreated space. And we're not saying that that's any different. Condenser microphones are inherently much more sensitive because of how they physically work. So we do caution people that if you are going to use something like the SM4, that you want to make sure that you have access to a space that you can either be super close to the mic like I am right now, or that you can treat your space a little bit. So like my studio corner has a little bit more acoustic features to dampen the sound, like this sound dampening curtain that I have over here. But it's still the benefit of using the condenser is that it captures those details that Mario mentioned, and it gives you that most natural reproduction of the sound. So if you're looking for that, if you're looking for capturing a little bit more of the nuance of your voice, if you want to have a microphone that's geared towards recording, this is the microphone for you. And it's at a fantastic price point that lets you get into this type of microphone in this form factor without having to spend thousands of dollars or $1,000. So we're really excited about that. And the new industrial design, I was mentioning that right at the beginning. This is huge. This new shock mount that we redesigned also has a pop filter that comes with it when you get the microphone kit, which Mario will show you in just a second. But on top of that, it also has an internal pop filter, which, because of how it has the dual diaphragm design that Mario mentioned, it's going to naturally block the plosives even before you put this beautiful pop filter on, which is magnetic. So that's it. If I take that off, it's that easy to take on and off. So, and here's me without the pop filter, and you can still hear how great it is at blocking those plosives.
Yeah.
Just the microphone itself. It's insane.
Yeah, it's that dual diaphragm configuration is, I think, is key because it really solves all that excess, like low end that is unwanted in a lot of home recordings. I know a lot of people ask me about that. Oh, my voice is boomy. I can hear all the bumps and all that stuff, and it's because of the type of microphone that they're using. And it's easy to control gain because you have that dual diaphragm. So,
right. Now, I typically would not use it in this form factor unless I were doing my podcast with it. I would probably put it on something more like this stand, this type of, if I can get it into my shot. This type of mic stand. This is our SM27 on there, not plugged in at the moment, obviously, with an external pop filter. And then I just kind of stand it up over in the corner with what's called a reflection filter and capture my vocals. And so that's a really cool way of doing it, but you can mount it on this boom arm like I have right here and like Mario's doing in his shot. So you have different form factors, which brings us to the two different variants that we have. So Mario, why don't you walk us through the kit and what you get?
Sure. So let me show you just a picture of, oh, that's not the kit. Oh, that's not the kit either. This is the kit. This is everything that you see here is included: the pop filter, the shock mount, and the case, and the microphone. And then let's get a closer look at the actual case here. It's a nice sturdy case, a zip up. It's got the handle on the back here. And then it has all kinds of really neat stuff. So quick start guide, just basically tells you how to connect the pop filter and all that stuff, how to put the microphone into the shock mount, just real basic stuff. It also has how to connect it with your XLR. Right now I have it connected with XLR, and I'm using a interface to go into my laptop, and we could talk about that later. And then also just some basic mic technique here. And then it also has some frequency response charts here, and then just some specifications as well. But the actual case itself, and I'm using all the components of that it should be in here.
You get an empty case.
Yeah, you get empty, nothing in it. So spot for the microphone, pop filter, and then also an extra space for the actual pop filter, and the shock mount goes in here.
Yep.
And then some extra bands here for the shock mount. Let me see if I can. There you go. Yep. And then the thread adapter here as well. So, and then it all zips up nicely, and you can take it with you anywhere you want. So very cool, much needed. I love it because it puts everything in one spot. So, yes. A lot of times if I'm using a microphone with a shock mount, I leave it in the shock mount and take it with me. You probably shouldn't do that, but for convenience sake, I do. But it's nice to have something like that so I can kind of have everything in one spot.
Well, and the magnetic shock mount is just too cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it pops off and then it just snaps back on.
Yep.
So that's unique in and of itself, because you saw my other one that I kind of wheeled over here a second ago that you have to clamp to your mic stand and adjust it and screw it on. And this one, you just pop it on.
Yeah. it's such a really cool addition to the SM family. So I'm super excited. And you're right, we don't take that lightly because
Right.
most of our iconic microphones are in the SM family, 58, 57, SM7B. So to have in addition to that is exciting. And it's been a busy year too for us. We've launched a lot of products this year, and you and I have done a ton of live streams on all those products, starting from the beginning of the year. And we've had Move Mic, we've had MV7 Plus, Nexodyne, so
SM7DB, that still counts. Yep.
SM7DB. So
Yeah.
a lot of really new, neat stuff. And again, all this stuff is providing solutions for things that we've heard that
Right.
folks have issues with when it comes to audio, like getting the right gain, plosives, proximity effect, all that stuff. So we're really bringing out products that are going to solve all that stuff. So it's been busy for us. I know that.
Yeah. So the other variant that you can choose if you don't need the shock mount or you want something that can be mounted differently or put on instruments, this is the mic standalone variant, and this is the mount that comes along with it, which is very similar to some of our other mounts, but has a slight redesign to fit the SM4 specifically. But that's the other variant you can get, and to just give you that close up of the microphone and this cool new form factor and design that we have, where you can see that capsule, the dual diaphragms in there, is just really neat. I wish I should shine a light behind it because I'm seeing it from my light shining through. And then it comes with a zip up pouch to keep it safe and protected when you're not using it, but you're going to want to use it all the time. As Mario mentioned, it is great at capturing natural sounds. It's going to control those low end frequencies, reduce that proximity effect, which is what you get, which is a buildup of low end frequency if you get too close to the microphone. But it can handle a high SPL as well. So if you're tracking drums or you're tracking guitars, it's just a really versatile mic. So that's why we're calling it the home recording mic, because it can capture your vocals, capture your guitar, go onto instruments and capture so much more. So you're getting a really good result for your investment in the SM4.
Yeah. The SPL too. That's a big one. I'm glad that you brought that up because that makes it really, really versatile when it comes to home recording, to record louder instruments, if you will, like drums or something.
Right.
And still get that really smooth, natural sound is what is great about this microphone. So,
Right. So
yeah.
if you're just joining us, Mario and I are talking about the brand new SM4 home recording microphone from Shure, and it's a side address condenser. It has dual diaphragm technology, so it's able to control your proximity effect, give you a very smooth, natural sound, and also have internal plosive reduction, in addition to this really cool magnetic pop filter that you can get when you buy the kit. And it just launched today, so it's available now. You can get it from your favorite spots. There's some links down in the description below that you can click as well. And just a quick plug for our series called How Do You Do That? We'll be releasing some videos specifically for the SM4 in the coming weeks on that channel. So if you go to YouTube and go to Shure Creators, just click that like button and subscribe and follow along, and you'll see all of these live streams. You'll get notified when we're live, and then you can also watch some of our other videos that are there. I see Dealcasters is here. What's up? They posted an incredible video today.
Yes.
Thank you for posting that, Chris. If you want to head over, I saw it on LinkedIn, but it's on YouTube as well, so check that out. And I see Brant Collins here, so always good to see you guys. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, we are here to answer them for you about the SM4 home recording microphone and more. If you have other Shure questions, that's what Mario and I do. We talk to people about these wonderful products, but it's our extreme privilege to talk about the newest ones and latest ones as soon as they come out on this live stream. So SM4 is the star of the show today.
Right. Maybe we should talk about how we're connecting our microphones for this actual live stream, since it's
Brilliant.
An XLR microphone. How the heck am I getting it into my laptop? I am using our interface. It's a single channel interface. It's also a relatively new product, and that is the MVX2U.
Yes.
And it is converting XLR into digital, providing phantom power, And that's you can use it with any condenser microphone. It doesn't have to be a Shure mic. You could use it with dynamic condenser, and it works with our Mode of Mix software, where you can populate all of your different sources that you have in your computer into sort of a digital mixer and then stream that out to the world. So making life much, much easier. Actually this is a real time me using my MVX2U connecting into my SM4, and I'm assigning this mode of mix to my streaming software. And that is how I am streaming. So very easy. Again, an amazing solution, affordable. So with an SM4 and an MVX2U together, you are already solving that problem. I'm actually using my MVX2U to monitor this stream, and I'm using my in-ears. Laura probably has hers
Same
too.
for me.
Yeah.
I do.
And that's another important aspect of doing content and doing things like this is the ability to hear yourself and monitor. And I prefer using my in-ears because it provides that, 37 decibels of sound isolation.
It does. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Nicely thrown in there. Yeah, we can put a link in there too for the SE215s, which is what I'm using. Are you using those as well?
I am, but I have my purple ones. Purple.
Oh, you're purple. I'm green today. I prefer to use in-ears because it keeps my hair looking the way that I want it to with curls. Headphones scrunch the curls. I mean, this is just a vanity thing, but I got to shout out to my friends who have the curly hair and don't like to wear their headphones, their over ears. But we do make those as well. They are a fantastic opportunity or option for you. And here we go for SE215s for those playing along at home. Brant says, any plans on an MV88 update? Would love to see with USB-C or Bluetooth for iPhone 15 Pro. Well, Brant, we're always making cool new things. You know this about us, so we can't tell you any secrets. So hopefully stay tuned and we'll see what's what, but we're always working on new technologies. That's what we do at Shure. Yes. So thanks for asking that question. I love that product as well. He's talking about the MV88 or the MV88 Plus, which is a fantastic microphone for mobile content creators, plugs into your phone or your computer, and allows you to capture stereo audio. Oh, look at you having it. Oh, I guess I have mine too. Stereo audio that you can control with our app, and you can adjust the polar pattern. So that's a fantastic product if you're on the go and creating content. Thanks for the shout out there, Brant. Always appreciate the questions.
Yeah, and if you use MV88 Plus at home, you could put it into your laptop and populate it into Mode of Mix, and then use that source you can use it to stream. I've done some recordings where I use an MV88 Plus as a drum overhead, and then a MV7X. We have an MV7X, just a dynamic microphone on a guitar amp, and put them both into Mode of Mix, and then use that to record me and my son jamming. So a lot of different options there, especially with this Mode of Mix software.
Yes, exactly. So it is interesting for us though, because we have launched so many USB products recently. It's exciting to have a traditional XLR microphone. So this, again, we're talking about the SM4. It just launched this morning, and it is a side address condenser mic, home recording, geared towards your home recordists out there, XLR connector, and we're both going into our MVX2U interfaces, single channel interfaces that allow us to get into our computer and into our stream. So, and cast ahead, Chris is saying Mario's voice sounds like butter in my ears right now. So that's nice. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Ooh.
Yes, we appreciate that. So it's a great microphone for those of you wanting to get into home recording or to purchase a mic that can cover multiple instruments, vocalists, etc. for not a ton of money. It is a brand new design, a brand new entry into our SM line of heritage mics. So we're really excited to have it here. This cool industrial design, there's more than meets the eye. There are 2 diaphragms hiding behind this windscreen, and those 2 diaphragms help eliminate proximity effect, help boost those highs, and reduce the lows so you don't have any rumbles on your recording or any tough times kind of EQing when you're doing post-production. And also having that dual diaphragm, it creates a natural pop filter. So I'm using this really cool magnetic one that comes when you buy the kit, But if you don't have that, I can show you again how great it sounds, because I still can't believe it when I did it. I've tried it before, but listen to this. So here's me without the pop filter and plosives. Like I'm trying to make it pop and I'm not having any luck. So it's just an added kind of benefit there of having this magnetic windscreen that pops on there. Because I always struggle. I ride the struggle bus hard when I'm trying to get my pop filter placed on my other mics, but now it just clips.
Yeah, the other thing too, I don't think we've mentioned is it's obviously it's a cardioid polar pattern.
Yes,
and
thank
the
you. I
dual
forgot about that.
diaphragm also assists with keeping that consistent. But you'll notice there's a grill on the back and the front, so it looks like maybe it's omnidirectional. It is not. It is a condenser microphone. So we
Cardioid,
didn't-
yeah,
or, excuse me,
cardioid pattern.
cardioid. That
I got
so-
you. I got you. Yes.
So yeah, we didn't mention that, but
Yeah. And I thought about it like 5 minutes ago. So
We
this is why we
assumed.
do this together.
we assumed, but
Yes.
probably shouldn't do that.
You know what they say about assuming. Oh my goodness.
I do.
So, any other questions while you have us here, please throw them in the chat. Chris mentions that we should hire Emlen for some voiceover work, which I don't disagree with.
Whoa.
That's Mario's secret identity.
Oh, wow.
But no, it's a great point, because this microphone is so versatile. You can use it, like we said, on instruments, on vocals, on spoken word as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in Chris's video, if you want to head over to YouTube and check out Cast Ahead, you can see Deal Casters as well. What he's talking about is how great it is for spoken word and for podcasting, and how he's thinking about changing it up. He has a beautifully treated space. So we mentioned this at the beginning. Condenser microphones are more sensitive than a dynamic. So if you are
Right.
in a room that is much more bouncy or reverberant, I would recommend using a dynamic. But if you're looking for a microphone for your home recording needs, for instruments, for vocals, in that more studio home recording environment, this is such a great option for you. And it just came out. I'm so excited to finally
Yeah.
share it with the world.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, be sure to check out those videos. They're awesome. You always make awesome videos. So I love watching them.
Thanks. I'm a little ridiculous in some of them because it's just fun. It's fun to be silly on videos about products that are just this good. So again, Mario, why don't you show or talk about the kit and what comes in the kit, and I'll show the variant.
Sure.
And we
So
can finish up.
yeah. So do you want me to go to the Hudley again? Show the kit?
Yeah, sure.
Is that? So if you didn't catch this earlier, the kit comes with this great case, a zip up with the actual handle here. But the kit will come with your pop filter. It'll also come with the shock mount. So this kit is a great way to put all that stuff in there, take it with you on the go. It's going to come with some extra little bands here for the pop filter, or excuse me, for the shock mount, and then your thread adapter as well. Comes with just a quick start guide with some basic just stuff regarding the microphone.
How to set it up, how to get it ready to rock.
Yeah, but I love it because I could just take it with me wherever I need to go. If I'm doing a session, maybe at someone's house, maybe just taking it to the studio, I can just grab that and I'm ready to go. So that's the kit. I can show you a picture, I think. This is a nice fancy picture. You get the pop filter that Laura was talking about, magnetic pop filter, and then you've got the shock mount there, and then the microphone, obviously, and then the great case, the amazing case that I love so much.
Amazing case. I know, it is great. And then there's another variant that I have right here that is just the microphone itself with a clamp if you are looking to attach it to, mic up a guitar amp or some instruments. You can do that as well if you don't need the whole shock mount setup or kit, but I recommend getting the kit because it's great. And Chris asked in the chat.
Fancy picture.
Oh, sorry. Fancy picture. Time for the fancy picture. My bad. So Chris asked for some examples of how people can treat their room if they're not in a perfect environment, which is a great question. And one of the videos that we're going to be releasing talks about that very briefly, but essentially when you're in a space like this, there are a ton of reflective surfaces. So I have hardwood floors beneath me. I have painted drywall around me. I have a giant glass window over there. So the way that I actually treat it is I have a noise dampening curtain that I have installed. It's just a blind that I can put down or up. And then I also, on my artwork, they are all, actually I have right here. I have an example. So Chris, thanks for asking. An example is to take your favorite artwork. This is designed by my 13-year-old daughter of our 55 SH microphone. So kudos to Ellie. You can take a piece of fabric. This is like a batting material that you can get at a craft store. And this is also from a craft store, this frame or this canvas. Put it on there and put it on your wall and it will act as an absorptive material because little known fact is that, or well-known fact, I guess, painted drywall is a technically reflective surface because when you paint it, you're painting over the porous material that is the drywall. So it's then covering that up and reflecting it back. So putting up absorptive materials like blankets, curtains, blinds, really cool artwork, or pillows. People use moving blankets. If you're trying to keep your space aesthetically pleasing, that's when the artwork can kind of come into play. There are, of course, acoustic tiles that you can get, but you really, you don't want to dampen your sound too much. You do want to have some liveliness to the room. Don't make it completely dead because that makes some other problems on the other side of the spectrum. But those are some fun ways that you can do it, just having those absorptive materials around.
Yeah.
Great question, Chris.
I use some acoustic tiles. You could kind of see them behind me. It's not littered here. I kind of do it in the corners too, just to eliminate some of the corner reverb, but very light of those acoustic panels, and you can get those anywhere, and they're relatively cheap. You're not going to have like complete soundproofing
Right.
unless you go all out and have someone come in and do it for you. But if you're just trying to get by and dampening things a little bit, like Laura was saying with the artwork is a great idea. But some of those acoustic tiles, they're really cheap. I mean, if you use them here and there sparingly, that can help you out as well.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to wrap it up. This is our day one of the SM4 launch. Mario and I are so honored to have been able to share it with you. It is our new home recording microphone. It is a condenser microphone, so just keep that in mind when choosing it. It is an XLR microphone that you will need an interface for. It sounds incredible. It has dual-diaphragm technology, which reduces proximity effect, has an onboard plosive in just because of its design, plosive blocking technology, as well as this cool pop filter that comes if you buy the kit along with the shock mount. And what else? What am I forgetting, Mario?
Yeah, and I think you covered it. It sounds amazing.
Shock mount,
Shock
camera ready
mount.
design, very versatile. Oh, great for recording vocals, instruments,
Yeah, it's got
multiple
that
sources.
High SPL for all
High
that stuff.
SPL, sound pressure level for those of you playing along at home. And it doesn't have a ton of, it brings your vocals forward or brings things forward that you want and kind of cuts out things that you don't. So it makes mixing and post-production easier.
Very natural.
And then we have very natural. And then we have that patent pending interference technology, which is it's shielding RF interference from you. So you don't get any RF radio frequency interference onto your recordings that can come from Wi-Fi, can come from your phone. So you don't want those artifacts on there. And it has that built in. So we're very excited about it. Hope you'll check it out. Go to Shure.com. Check out the SM4. There's links in the description below. Please subscribe so that you get all the information from myself and Mario and our other friends and colleagues as we show you the latest and greatest and give you some tips and tricks on our How Do You Do That content series. But for now, have a great rest of your day. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, bye.